hold it again?
I guess I'm going to have to hold it. Hi, everybody. We're just waiting for my phone to work because for some reason it doesn't want to work.
When you're bored, do you do this to just talk to yourself like that? And answer yourself?
No.
How you doing? I'm good.
Come on. Why is this being silly? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Slow connection, my butt. Okay.
It's pretty cool. Kind of showed your third eyebrow coming in.
You're such a butt.
What? Sun shining on your mustache. It's pretty cool.
Says it's adding. Oh,
Hi.
hello.
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
I can't see you.
You can or can't.
We
Shoot.
can't. We can hear you. We just can't see you. Whoops.
And I can hear you and I can't see you.
Oh,
Very cool.
Too funny. Let me try from this one.
Oh. Oops, I keep pushing the wrong button.
Sorry.
Oh, no, we still can't see you.
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Oh, what the heck?
Gotta love it.
Oh, that's blurry. Oh, there we go.
Sure, it's false.
She can't see anything.
I mean, it's okay. Like, we can still do it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that works. All right, let me roll up my window here because it's awfully loud. That's much better. Okay.
Can't see me.
Oh, geez.
I make faces.
All right, well, is that just you? Or do you have...
It is because I told my team just to jump on the actual live.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Because then we don't have to worry about, like, you know, people trying to get in.
Right.
Hold on. Actual live. If I jump on my other phone, I can see you. So I'll stay live on this phone, but I'll see you on that phone.
Sounds good.
Does that work?
Yeah, sure, whatever works best for you.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious that it does not want to work.
I wonder, can you see her on yours?
What do I have to do?
Go to Facebook.
Okay.
I see like this much of your face, Tiffany.
Yeah, I see you.
Oh, see, now that's just silly. I hate these stupid things.
We're not even on
We're not even on there.
too far away.
We're not. That's gonna come out. That's the house. So. Oh, the leg is unbelievable on this. Oh.
There's a delay.
Right. It's not to your face, Kitty.
Go outside.
What?
There. Why not?
All right. Well, that leg is
About 30 seconds delay.
Yeah, can you turn the volume down so I don't hear myself talk? Ugh. Well, that's so silly. I can't believe that's not working.
Turn it on over here.
Well, I guess you can try.
It's gonna catch up though.
Oh, dear. Oh, my gosh. You're not allowed to be in control of the phone anymore.
So,
Oh, well, I guess we're just going to watch me.
man. This is gonna be delayed too when I want to.
Okay. Anyways, I guess we could just go with the flow here.
Hi, Amy.
All right. So, obviously, I'm Tiffany. And I'm with Kevin that you can
Yep.
kind of see the
Hello.
corner of his head a little bit. Well, there's his hand.
This is gonna play catch up.
Can you hear me if I have the phone over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
And you might see my little pop up in the background every once in a while too. She's she's playing on her tablet.
No worries. I actually see like this much of you, Tiffany, from like your nose up.
Oh, well, I guess
But it's
there's
all
a
good. It's all good.
It's gonna catch up.
All right. Well, um, so we do this thing in our podcast where we ask for a ghost story. It can be any kind of ghost story. It can be a ghost story that you experienced yourself with your group, or something that you've heard. And I guess we'll start there. So,
Oh, which one do we want to share? Let's see. I don't know. I've had a little bit of tidbits here and there throughout life. When I was a teenager, the house my parents bought, you always heard footsteps going one way through the house, but you would never hear them come back. And there was one night that I actually saw a shadow like block out the street light. That was the kind of the turning point that got me really interested in paranormal, because it's like, how does that happen when you hear footsteps go one way, but you never hear them come like back through the house, thinking it's like your parent. And then, I don't know, Malvern Manor, we went there back in March. That was an experience for all of us. We had done a private investigation the night before, so we were all kind of vulnerable going in there, and we had interactions with a lot of different things, footsteps, noises, a creepy crawler on the floor.
I think it's just showing your head.
It is. But that was the first time I think I had ever really experienced what it felt like to be kind of like feeling the emotions of something else, where I instantly got super mad. I couldn't figure out why everybody on the team was just kind of like blah, 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 blah. And I was mad because nobody was helping me. Like, I was really infuriated, enraged, and I had never felt like that. I've not felt like that since on an investigation. So that was something that was a first, hopefully a last, but that stuck out to me quite a bit.
oh yeah, I bet.
So I don't know. Misty, are you on? I don't know who's on. I shared it out on our page, so maybe she'll find it and flip in. But I don't know. I guess July I went to, the team wasn't able to go. We went out there kind of like on a mini honeymoon, went to Fairfield County Infirmary.
Oh,
My brother and I was standing in the hallway in the basement part close to the morgue, and we actually heard something trying to like claw its way out or run at us, and it got closer and louder, and we couldn't see anything at all. We still don't know what that was. We went and looked in every room behind every board and stuff to make sure it wasn't like an animal. But oh yeah, Misty's here. But that was um, very nerve-wracking for me. I actually was taking steps backwards because I legitimately was going to run, and I don't run from anything. But that legitimately scared the bejeebies out of me.
oh, for sure. I mean, scratches are something else. Man, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it just sounded like something was trying to like tear its way out of the walls or something. I don't know. It was just really weird. And he's like, "We're gonna go check out all these rooms and make sure." And I'm like, "Nah, I don't really want to, but I guess." So I did it with him, and we heard the noise one more time after that. Went in the room where it came from. Still, no animals, no traces of anything. It was crazy.
Wow. I mean, do you think that was, I mean, I don't know what your beliefs per se are, but do you think that was something more on the evil side or like demonic?
You know, I I honestly don't know because we don't have a lot of my I had my camera going at this point and my little SD card malfunctioned, so we can't open any of the files on that SD card, but I know it was caught. Um, so I don't know. We did an Estes method in the attic of that place, and it told us that Satan was in the morgue. And
Wow.
Oh, wow.
this was after that happened. So I mean, you could correlate it being that way, but to say 100%, yeah, I believe it was. I don't know. Um, my brother thought it was an animal. I did not, because I know animals make a lot of noise, but I did not. It came so fast and so fierce that it was just tremendously ridiculous. Like I said, I was taking step backwards. I was moving towards the stairs. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really experienced a lot of demonic things to know if I could say it was demonic or if it wasn't demonic, but it definitely was something that was unexplained and, like I said, scared the crap out of me. Um, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. Hmm. I don't like those ones.
I know it was. And my brother told me before we went, like a month before we went, a couple months, he goes, "When you go," he goes, "that place is legitimately going to scare the crap out of you." And I'm like, okay, because I need it. I need to get that experience. I need to know what it's like to actually be, legitimately scared in the location. And it didn't seem like it was super active. And then him and I were down there in the basement area, and then things changed. And yeah, that is, yeah.
And do you bring any kind of like religious artifacts with you at all to try to protect yourself that way, or?
Yeah, so we as a team, or even when I'm on my own, like investigating with my brother, I say a protection prayer before, one after.
Mhm.
I also have like what is it, Misty? It's like a smudging spray. And then I have a St. Michael's medallion. I have a St. Benedict's medallion. I have a Bible. I have holy water.
Wow. Okay.
Um, I have crystals. Yeah, like I got all sorts of protection going on. So
Yeah, I hear you. maybe that whatever that was knew all that too. And it was
Maybe. I
trying to
don't,
really slow you.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it was insane. Like, I don't take all of that stuff out and be like, like I'm going to throw holy, like, I don't do that. But I do carry it all with me. Absolutely.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to need them.
So
Hmm.
that strictly was like a ghost investigation, like a paranormal investigation,
Yes.
searching for evidence and
Yep.
okay, gotcha.
It
Have,
was.
have, have you ever tried to attempt to do cleansings or, clear the space of negative energy?
We've done cleansings. My team hasn't gotten that far because they've only done one home investigation, and I
Okay.
honestly think they prefer location investigations versus private. But I have done
Hmm.
several with my brother, and we've done cleansings to get house cleansings or whatever to get things done. I've had it done on 3 places that I've lived in, and then we've done 1, 2, 3, I don't know, I've done 3 or 4 houses with him. So I've done several to get the negative energies out.
Hmm. Hmm. That's cool. That's cool.
Most of the time it works. We don't have to go back, which is a good thing. So
When you try to do a not try, but when you do a cleansing, do you feel like the atmosphere of the house? Do you feel like the heavy feeling, and then when you leave, do you feel like the energy is gone and it's lighter feeling now?
absolutely,
There you go.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we, my brother, the group that he used to be with, and when they would do cleansing, they had like this prayer thing, and each one of my team members has it. Um, but you go through and everybody says it together at the same time. And if anybody gets tripped up, then you stop and you start it over. And so by the time you move through the house, when you start out, you're like shaky because it's affecting you. There's several times I've gotten tripped up because even though there's a light on at that point, because usually when we do cleansings, we have the lights on so we can read everything.
Mhm.
Um, it's super dark over me and I can't read the words and I get stumbled upon and I'll get touched or, like I'll feel like I'm choking. Um, and then as, you move on through each house, everybody gets louder and louder and like, I don't know, gains because it's lifting. So it feels like you gain more confidence. And then by the time you're done, it's almost like it's daylight inside with the lights on because it's just so much brighter. Um, yeah, I can attest to that on several occasions.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mhm.
Very cool.
It's nice to be able to help people get their houses back. Like to help them
Hmm.
understand what power they do have to actually fight against something like that. Um, because like when we go in there to do it, we don't. Um, we kind of give like all the power to them. Like we're there to support them, but we make it more so on their behalf so they're feeling that and they're the ones legitimately pushing it out. Um, and I think that just makes all the difference.
Hmm.
Right.
Has anything ever followed you home?
No,
That's
not
good.
yet.
That's good.
Not yet. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Hopefully it
That's
stays
why,
that way.
yeah, that's why we do the protection prayer and the smudging stuff at the end,
Hmm.
just to kind of keep things at bay, like they have to stay there. They cannot follow us home whatsoever.
Right.
Not allowed.
I hear you. Very cool.
Have
So,
you guys?
All right. So Kevin shot off a couple questions. I'll shoot off a couple of my own, I suppose. It seems like there's a trend between paranormal groups that they all have a psychic medium or a sensitive or something along those lines. Do you have one in your group?
I do. Tanya, she has medium capabilities. She's able to communicate with them, which is pretty cool. She's actually been in Colorado on vacation and actually connected with us. Being here in Iowa, like 2 states away, she's actually connected with us, which was really weird. Never experienced that before. And then Misty is actually a channeler. So she can, kind of do that stuff too. I'm an empath. My other team member is an empath. And then like I can see shadows. I can hear noises. I can hear voices. I can't interact with them like a medium can. What is that? Clairsentience. I do have those capabilities, although I have not really worked with them a lot to make them super sharp. But yeah.
Awesome. So just based off of kind of what you said before, are you the founder of your group?
I am.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can get a feeling.
Yeah, I am the founder. Like I mentioned, I used to go with my brother, and he was going to all these locations and not taking me, and I got tired of it. So I formed my own group, and I decided I was going to do all girls. So a bunch of us got together. We figured out who vibed the best, and that was how we formed our group. We are all female investigators. My brother does go on occasion. He's been an investigator for 13 years, so everybody can learn from him, which is a good thing. And then 2, he kind of fills in if one of us can't go, so we're not down any people. So,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Is he the older brother?
He's the oldest child out of our family, and he's actually an ordained minister and
very
has
cool.
done a few exorcisms. Like,
Come on.
He's experienced a lot.
That's really cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, and it's always good to learn from people that have experienced a lot. Not so much demonic, but just the different things that they've experienced, like, how to decipher, what different noises are, or, things like that. It's cool to have somebody to learn from.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's pretty cool, actually.
Do you have equipment that you use, or do you just kind of go by just yourselves, but how you feel?
No, well, we do, but we have, let's see, I have 2 camcorder thingies. Misty has one, Kathy has one, so we have 4 cameras that are usually going. We have K2 meters, dowsing rods, a couple of spirit boxes. We have a couple of grid pens. We have cat balls. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get a dead bell. So I'm excited about that. I'm ready to get a dead bell.
When that works, it's real annoying, though. You're going to turn it off.
I know. And then Kathy also has a tripwire, so we use that in investigations. First experience with a dead bell was just back in July when we went to Ashmore Estates with Potter Paranormal and a whole bunch of others. The Ghostlight Paranormal Sky, he had a dead bell, and I'm like, ooh, good, because I've never experienced one. I've always seen them on shows or whatever. And we were in the room behind the boiler room, and somebody started playing with that dead bell, and I uploaded the video to YouTube, and it's just like ding, 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 ding. We're like, okay, back off, back off, back off, and it stopped for a couple seconds, and then it started it again. So I find REM pods are like that too. REM pods are super annoying when they don't stop. Like, you got to back off. You got to leave it alone, and they just don't.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm
Cool.
excited to get a dead bell because that's actually a really pretty cool little item.
Oh yeah, for sure. We had our first experience at Hinsdale with one of those, so it was
Oh,
really neat.
Was it
Hinsdale's on
known?
the bucket list.
Oh, it's so worth it.
Uh,
100%.
that's awesome.
We've been there as a team, we've been there 3 times.
Yeah, pretty much. We generally focus right now, like in the Midwest. I did, Fairfield when I was in Ohio. But most of they've either been Missouri, Illinois, or Iowa so far.
Oh,
But we are working on putting things together for next year to be able to maybe expand out a little farther because there are a lot of places that we want to go, even out on the East Coast and stuff like that. So we do want to get out there into that area.
well, if you ever do, give us a call.
Will do. Like, yeah, Hinsdale House, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Conjuring?
I've driven past it.
Have you?
I've never actually gone like on the property or anything like that.
I don't
Yeah,
know. There's just
we're still pretty new yet. We do have a bucket list, and it does expand. We do venture out. We have been to Ohio,
nice.
and we're going to Gettysburg tomorrow.
Gettysburg is
Um,
awesome.
yeah, so we're looking forward to that. We're hoping to stir some things up. I'm hoping to bring some trigger items that help. So I've been
Uh,
there a few times, but
cool. I was there back, I don't know, when I was in 5th grade. So never on a paranormal investigation. Um, but I've been to a lot of the buildings that are now being investigated and, out on the battlefield and stuff. And that's just an eerie experience in the daytime. So I could just imagine what it would be like at night. Again,
yep.
bucket list for sure. Where are you
No, it's
guys
been
going
on
in?
mine for years. What's that?
Where are you guys going in Ohio?
Uh, the Ross House.
Yeah, we went to the Roth House last year, I think.
It's
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
been
think
over
it's
a
last
year now.
year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That was cool. Big. It was
Madison.
huge.
So Madison Seminary and Fairfield and County Infirmary, those are owned by the same guy. And then there's another location up by Madison. It's not Ohio Reformatory. It was I want to say like maybe an orphanage type thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember right off the top of my head. My brother was out there last year. Um, if I saw it, I would know it, but I don't remember the name of it. But I think that's what it was. So lots of places. Ohio, a lot of states have a lot of haunted areas, but it seems like Ohio has a ton of haunted locations.
Ohio and West Virginia seem to be very prominent.
Yep, yep, for sure. Like Iowa, we have like 13 that are documented. Like if you Googled haunted areas in Iowa, there's 13 areas located, even though, I'm sure there's a lot more than that. But we have 13. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
I'm kind of curious. I have a question about what do you think your ideal haunted location would be? Like describe the conditions or the building, or of course you'd want activity and you would love evidence. I get that part, but if you want to go ahead and just like explain, like I have so many places I want to go to. If you could just like, I'm not sure that how many out of those 13 places you investigated in Iowa, but I'm gonna let you answer that question.
So in Iowa, we've done 3. We've done Squirrel Cage Jail. We've done Malvern Manor and Villisca. I've done Villisca. My team hasn't. Villisca House twice. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like pretty much every location we go into, you know, the upkeep on these places are, very, very expensive. So everything is like run down. Some areas you go to, they have the old lead-based paint that's like peeling off the walls, and I don't know, like sometimes those areas like that, that just have that creepy vibe when you first walk in. You're just like, okay, I'm not sure what to expect on any of that. And sometimes those locations um, are relatively quiet, and then others are more active. Um, so I don't know. Like for me, kind of the creepier the better, because I like that vibe. Um, because I guess then when stuff happens, like if you get startled or like spook, something runs up at you, um, you're scared, but you're kind of expecting it because you're in a creepier place. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep. Has
I
any of your locations actually scared you right out of the building? Have you ever had a frightening experience where you called it?
um I have not legitimately run out of a building, but the one place that I did have to keep exiting the building throughout the night was Malvern Manor. Um, like that whole experience I was talking about earlier, where it made me super mad and everything. Like I legitimately broke down and started crying. I've never
Mhm.
cried on an investigation. I was to the point where I didn't know if I could even finish investigating the rest of the night. Like I was just going to sit in front of the cameras and see, the video feeds to see what I could find, because I wasn't going to step foot back into the actual manor part itself. Um, but as far as running out of the location, no, I've not ever ran out of a location. But that definitely was the one that made me go outside several times. And I'm actually ready to go back. Like, I want to go back to Malvern Manor. I think going back at a different time, being a different circumstance, it'll make it'll make it better for me, where hopefully I don't feel that same feeling again, and I don't feel that I have to leave the building several times.
That's cool.
So,
That's cool. Does any of the locations you just mentioned that one? Does any of them kind of like linger with you, like call you back to it?
um, that one, that one definitely does, because I don't know, it's in my forethought all the time. Like most people are like, "Oh, where would you go?" And my first answer all the time is Malvern Manor. Like they're like,
Okay.
"Where would you go in Iowa?" And I'm like, Malvern, Malvern. So it's there. Um, Another one that kind of calls back to me was our first investigation, and that was at McPike Mansion in Alton, Illinois. Um, that, like I said, that was our team's first investigation. We had quite a bit of activity for no more than what we had access to because of the renovations going on, which they're getting more done. So now you get access more of the house. But um, so those two are my two locations that are actually calling to go back to.
Very cool. Very cool. Like, does it feel like you got unfinished business, kind of, or is this something that it's hard to explain? Like we mentioned Hinsdale, that one called me back for years, and then I returned, and it was like fireworks. There was a reason why I got called back to it.
Mhm. I think for McPike, it's more because they have more done, more renovated. So being able to go in more areas
Mhm.
to be able to see what more we can experience on top of what we had already experienced while being there. Um, Malvern, I think for me, it's a challenge to go back because of what happened. I want to go back. I want to be able to face exactly what I went through and be able to be like, okay, like what happened last time isn't happening this time. When we go back, can I say that that's how it's going to happen? No, because I'll have to get inside the location to see what actually happens and transpires, um, to figure out if I'm actually going to be able to take charge of myself and be able to go through a full night investigating without having to take multiple trips out of the building, if that makes sense.
No, it does. It does. Absolutely does. Sometimes you just got to compose yourself. Like you get hit with emotions, and you got to steady yourself.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like, yeah, it was a bad experience. I mean, it was a good experience to investigate there. It was a bad experience about how it affected me.
Right.
So,
Do you have any? Do you have any dreams or nightmares of the place?
um, I do not, thankfully.
Okay.
I have enough other wild, vivid dreams. I don't need to be having any about any specific location I go to.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I don't know, Misty, if you have anything, you can actually type it in the comments. Because her, she might have something a little bit different, but yeah.
That's cool.
Cool.
It seems like everybody has that like one location that they can't get out of their head. So that's neat to me.
I am I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost thinking that until I can get something that tops Malvern, not that, we hope for that, but Malvern will always be the one that will draw me back until that next location that potentially ends up affecting me or affecting the team more than what Malvern did.
Very cool. Let me ask you: has there been any investigation with you and your team where your hopes are high, and you get that little giddy feeling of like, oh, we're going to do an investigation tonight, and you get to the location, you set up, you walk around, your psychics go, and they do their thing, but you get nothing. Like literally, you're walking into 7-Eleven, nothing
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. That location for us was actually Edinburgh Manor. It's
Okay.
Scotch Grove, Iowa. It's up in the northeast corner. That's also on the list. Um, when we walked in to get the tour at the beginning, you instantly started hearing noises, taps, bangs. Move down the hallway closer to it, it would move a little bit farther. I mean, that was from the get-go. So, in the beginning, we were hearing things, and I kept hearing this woohoo, on and off. And I finally got to the point where I'm like, is anybody else hearing that? And they're like, hearing what? And I'm like, woohoo. And they're like, no. So it wasn't even until like 2 hours into the investigation when two other team members finally actually heard what I had listened to. Outside of those instances, the whole night it was quiet. No taps, no bangs, no nothing. Like super quiet. Like we even had went over to the little house, got some food, came back, and we were like yelling, all right, we're back, we're gonna party it, like just trying to change the vibe in there. Nothing. Like absolutely nothing. It was quiet. We went in the basement where the Joker hangs out. Not much down there. I think we caught a glimpse of a shadow. Misty had something run down the side of her head. But I mean, that was it. Like, for as much as you see and hear about this place, it just like was legitimately just super quiet. And we were just like, we even got to the point where we were like, we're just going to call the owners, tell them to knock it down, put it, come and go here. Like, this place sucked, just trying to do different things. And I mean, we were saying it like that. We weren't like being super mean about it, but just to try to get different reactions,
Yeah,
you
you were
know.
provoking it. You were poking the bear. At least you were trying.
But I mean, we weren't like super poking the bear. Like
Yeah, yeah.
provoking. Yeah, like Misty said, we thought it was dead. And then we came home and we started reviewing evidence, and we were catching more noises on recorder. I caught my very first Class A EVP in that place, and didn't catch that until I was watching the video, after that. So, I mean, even though a location might seem like it's down, not a lot of stuff's
Mhm.
going on, you never really know until you start listening and reviewing the evidence, because that's when you start finding a bunch of stuff. Ashmore Estates was really quiet for us too. I mean, it really was. We had interaction in the boiler room in one of the rooms on the second floor. But most everybody that investigated that night, they didn't hardly have any interactions, and we didn't get a lot. But coming home and reviewing evidence, I caught a shadow 2 different times. Um, there's multiple areas where you hear stuff being said. There are EVPs that are recorded. I mean, so there's a lot there. So just because a place is quiet doesn't mean there isn't stuff being said or stuff isn't going on, because it is.
Absolutely.
So,
With you guys being somewhat religious, do you guys believe in a 3 o'clock witching hour?
so my very first location investigation was Villisca. I don't know if you guys know about Villisca. It was the infamous murders of 8 people back in 1912, unsolved. They've never solved the case. But 8 people were bludgeoned to death with an axe. Um, so the first time that I went, that was my first location. I had done a couple houses. That was my first location. And so, that feeling sunk in, and that was real. Um, and so we were coming up on the 3 o'clock hour, and they're like, "Oh, the witching hour." And I'm like, "Wait, is that really a thing?" And they're like, "Yeah, absolutely." And I'm like, "Huh?" Like, I just thought that, was whatever, Hollywoodish. Um, but it depends, because sometimes, even though we come up on that witching hour, um, a lot of times our 3 o'clock hour, that witching hour, it's quiet. Like, we
Okay.
don't hear anything. We don't get anything. Um, so I don't say I don't believe in it, but I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
I do believe in it. I think it depends. I mean,
Oh,
if
it
you get a
varies. It varies.
yeah, if you get a
Yeah.
lot of like if you get a lot of interaction, then yeah, somebody would probably say, "Oh yeah, definitely it's a witching hour." But
Mhm.
if it's not so much, then you'd be like, "Yeah, maybe they were just tired, they were sleepy, whatever." Um, and as far as being religious, like, I carry that stuff. I am Christian,
Mhm.
but I'm more spiritual than religious. Like, I mean, that's me. I'm more spiritual. Um, but yeah, I mean, I wholeheartedly know for a fact that we walk amongst spirits every day. And that's what fascinates me about it, is we pretty much walk parallel in different dimensions. And sometimes we cross over, and, we cross whatever, and that's when everything happens. Um, so I'm not like, no, there isn't no such thing as a ghost, and there's no such thing as that, because it's true. I mean, for me, I believe that it's true. I've experienced too much to say I don't believe it.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's kind of ironic that you say that, because that's why we picked Fourth Dimension Paranormal, because Kevin kind of had, I mean, he still has the theory that spirits are in the fourth dimension and we're on the third. So
Yeah,
that's, like I said, that's where the name came from. So that's pretty neat.
yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, like, I don't know, like when that veil becomes weak, or like they have more energy, I mean, they can cross over, and that's why people see apparitions, or they see the shadows, or you hear somebody say something that isn't any of you. Like, that's because I say we coexist,
Right.
because I think we're all here. It's just until we actually cross over or meet, then,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
we go from
definitely.
physical form to like an energy form.
Yeah, for sure. But I wholeheartedly think that we coexist on the same planes to some extent, and then our realms just cross at the right time
Mhm.
sometimes.
Yep, yep.
So, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Misty was saying full sentence. That full sentence that EVP said, "I'm happier in the afterlife." It was played on our podcast that we did last week. I think I uploaded that short little clip to YouTube. I had it pinned to the top of this page for a little while, but you're limited on how much you can pen. Um, so I had to remove it, but it's on our page.
Very
But yeah,
cool.
it was, yeah, that shocked me for sure.
So your Facebook page will bring us to that. I'd like to hear that for sure. That would be super cool to hear.
Yeah, I'll actually repost it so y'all don't have to scroll down through like a gazillion
Okay. Yeah.
um, thing. I'll post it back out there. And but in the beginning, I don't know, it's like a little 30-second video, and because I just did a little clip, but you hear me get up off the bed. I'm like, that's me getting off the bed. And then it's like, let's shut our EVP recorders off. So you hear a couple of noises, and then you hear me pick up my recorder to shut it off. And just as I shut it off, it actually comes through on my camera microphone. And it's right
Very
at the
cool.
very end. And it's very loud. Like it was super on top of my microphone.
Wow.
But yeah, I will do that. I will post it back out there.
Awesome.
For
That's
sure.
appreciated. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It it put me back in my chair when I first heard it because I was like, what is like I have no idea what this is. Like, what is that? And so then I'm sending it to the team, and I'm like, I sent it to my brother. I'm like, I need to know what this is saying because I'm holding my camera right here, and the microphone is like right here. So that thing was like super close to me, um, for it to be that loud. I mean, it's really loud. So,
That's really neat, though.
but
That's
it
cool.
was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool, legit. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yep, yeah. So, go ahead.
Got anything?
You got anything for us? You got any questions
Um,
for us?
do
For
I have anything for you guys? Yeah, you guys said you haven't been doing it for very long. How long you been investigating?
we're kind of like budget ghost hunters right now. um,
We know, we feel it.
it's probably been over a year.
It's been 2 years.
We get together. We done a couple residential. We do the ghost hunts overnight. I mentioned about 3 a.m. We like to go to a location, overnight investigations. Um, the Hinsdale is one of our favorites, and that's kind of like only an hour and a half from us. We've hit a lot of the local places here in Western New York, Niagara Falls, Buffalo area. We want to branch out. I believe Tiffany, being a psychic medium, I believe she's getting stronger, and so it's time to take advantage of her as far as trying to capture some evidence. When we're hoping that she brings it out and that I can capture it on video. To My whole goal is to try to make some non-believers into believers, and that's not an easy task. So, we can talk about ghosts for, 30 years straight. It don't mean if somebody's going to believe us or not.
Right.
Most of the time, like what we're doing right now, we're kind of, I always say we're preaching to the choir. Like, I believe your stories, you're probably going to believe my stories. They're going to be similar in nature, but it's, I want to bring it out to the non-believers. I want to, there's, I call us a bunch of weirdos on
Right.
a nice fashion that, we get
Right.
together and, we feel comfortable with each other. And then all of a sudden it's like the outside population just thinks we're weird, I guess. And
No.
I believe they believe it too. They just don't want to be classified as like weirdos like us, I guess. And it's a good
Right.
way. I don't mean it in any kind of negative fashion at all. It's just, we believe what we believe, and You know, nobody's going to tell us different when the goosebumps go up and, you know, we get touched or we hear something or, you know, we feel energy. And so,
When I think a lot of people, like, because I run into that too. They're like, oh, I don't believe it. And that's fine. You don't have to believe it. But I think a lot of people might be afraid of learning about it or understanding it
yeah.
because it's like it's such a it can be like such a complex thing, you know, like the two different planes and all of that stuff. Um, so yeah, so and I tell people I'm like, it's okay if you don't believe what I believe, like that's fine. I'm not saying that you have to. I'm not saying that you don't have to. And I'm going to show you my evidence. And if you choose to believe it, cool. If not, cool. Like, no skin off my back. I will be that weirdo. I will be the girl that's totally obsessed with the paranormal and everything about it. And I will live your life through me. Like, we're good. Like, we're good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's cool that Tiffany is has the medium capabilities too. That's what I told Tanya. I'm like, I need you when we go into a location. I need you to start actually using your medium capabilities um, up to your comfortable level, and then we'll start building from there. Because if we're always relying on a device, which I mean, it's not we can rely on devices, that's fine, but if you have somebody that has that ability, I think it can be much more credible using a medium, to get that evidence. There was one location we were at in it was in Missouri, and the guy that owned the house was a slave owner, and documented he had 13 slaves, documented. I asked in the basement, which is where the slaves lived, I said, how many slaves did he own? And she looked at me and she goes, 27, because this was the first location that she did this in. And it said 20, she goes, 27. I'm like, okay. So then we're all the way upstairs in the wife's bedroom. And I asked, I don't know, through the spirit bot, the SB7 or whatever, I asked again, I said, how many slaves did Mr. Beatty have? And it actually came through 27. So, like, that's two validations that meet using two different people, devices, or whatever, but it correlates and it mixes. So, like, when you can get evidence like that, that makes it more credible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, which is cool. Cool.
Yep.
And yeah, we've been a team a little over a year. We were established in 2024. I think it was May 2024. Maybe April, May. It was one of them stormy, rainy months. So we haven't been together very long either.
Okay.
So yeah. But we try to go, like, see, we end up going like every other month, it seems like.
Oh, nice.
We'd like to try to go like once a month, just to keep in that, but sometimes it don't happen. Like, I got married in June, so like the month of June was completely out for any of us to go anywhere. And so it just seems like, we do spring to fall, and it's about every other month we try to get together and go on an investigation somewhere. So
Well, congratulations on your marriage.
thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he loves me and my crazy ways.
Hey, that's all that counts.
That's how I got all my ghost hunting equipment. I'm like, this is what I want for my birthday. So then he went ahead and bought it all. I was like, yay!
There you go.
So he's like, I suppose if you're going to go ghost hunting, you need to have it. And I'm like, thank you. So yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I don't know where was your guys' scariest location or experience?
Hinsdale both times. So the first experience was my actual first time ever being in Hinsdale and one of our first official investigations as a paranormal team. Like I said, I believe it was 2 years ago now because it's been
Yeah,
it's been a little
yeah,
while.
it's been a while.
We obviously it's just us as a duo at this point, but we had 3 other people. The curator basically for the house that was like the lead investigator, he kind of was our guide, and then a married couple was there. The husband was a complete skeptic, which just blows my mind to this day, and Kevin's too.
Yep, absolutely.
And we were in the basement. It was really, really slow. I mean, we had a few things come across the ghost box in the first, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours that we were there. And then after that, it was like super dead. And the only place that we hadn't gone to was the basement. So we decided that we were going to all go down there. And there was 5 of us. And when I mapped it out when we got back, we were basically in the shape of a pentagram, which was kind of neat. And I really think that that had something to do with the amount of activity that we had.
3 a.m.
Right before, I'll say 3 a.m., it was probably about 5 minutes before, like 2:55 in the morning-ish. Like we started getting like, we thought there was a bat in the basement. There was no bat. They kept seeing like things fly around and stuff. And then we saw 2 full apparitions start running around, and we all saw it at the same time, which was just mind-blowing. I saw the 3rd one, but I think everybody else was so focused on everything else going on around them that they missed the 3rd one. It was bizarre. And then the second time, it scared me more than I think anybody. You know, I'm a medium, so I feel like the ghosts are kind of attached to me in a way, which is just great, because they know I can hear them. There is a pond out in Hinsdale in the backyard, well, side yard, I guess, really. We call her the swamp lady. She actually flew. We were doing an Estes session. It was the first time we've ever done it. And Kevin's ghost radar went off. That's what he calls it. It's like his feeling right before something happens.
I feel energy, and that's why it goes off. My body, that's what my body tells me. It would go off, and I never knew why. And then somebody told me that's your body's telling you that there's energy around you.
Mm-hmm.
So right before that, he told me his ghost radar went off, and all of a sudden this swamp lady flew into my face. And I was like, she's right there. And she showed me how she died. Like, I couldn't breathe. We have a video up, and you can hear my breathing change because it's getting harder and harder for me to breathe. And I'm like, I needed to get out of there. So I flew downstairs. And once I hit like a certain level on the stairs, it all broke away. And I had to yell back upstairs to ask Kevin if he was all right, because I literally just abandoned him.
And I didn't follow her. I just let him know.
Right. Yeah. That would definitely, that would freak me out for sure. Yeah. And like the Hinsdale house just creeps me out in general. You know, just the different like shows, the investigations that I've seen, like that house just creeps me out in general.
Yep.
So why wouldn't I want to go? Because I do. But yeah, I think that would be crazy. Yeah, Tanya's on here. She's the medium on my team. She finds the cats. And they're ghost cats. They're not real.
Right.
Just so you know, she finds the ghost cats. It's crazy.
That's funny.
But her name is Misty. She can view the thing where the little boy to me says meow. And that part before says Tiffany. It's the little boy that says meow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we have the video on Hinsdale of our reaction, because unfortunately the webcam didn't catch the actual shadow figures. but you can see our eyes, like, because it's obviously for dark time, you can see our eyes following the apparitions around the room.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was crazy. That's what I knew Tiffany was for real. To me, she was like the major piece that it was feeding off, I believe. And she allowed the four of us to see it. And it kind of like when it gained enough energy, it kind of like, to me, it was showing off. And I pulled out my phone and tried to capture it. And the light from my phone, it kind of hid back into the dark. As soon as the phone went off again, it came back out, which is crazy. Usually
Yep.
it's like a one-time shot, but this one, it kept coming back out when it went back dark again. It had enough energy to keep reforming and showing it as a shadow figure.
But it didn't want to be caught.
No,
Exactly.
no, it didn't want to be on camera.
They're
It's
so
almost,
smart.
yeah, they were so smart for sure.
That's crazy.
And then then the skeptic got up, and then it broke the alignment, we believe, and it stopped coming out.
So I bet the lady's husband that was a skeptic became a believer after the basement, right?
Nope.
No?
No. We almost came back a year later. We tried to recreate the whole scenario. We had the same 5 people. We went back down to the basement again about 3:00, 3 a.m., and it just didn't happen. We tried. I was almost begging it to come out. I don't think all the gears didn't line up like last time. I think we weren't, since it didn't hurt us, I don't think we gave it enough fear this time. That's my personal belief.
Right.
I don't say it was like a succubus and it was feeding on our fear, but there was something in our gears. It wasn't cooperating, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. Oh,
No, go ahead.
we have a tradition where we go to Subway before we go to investigations. So we brought the married couple around, with us.
Yeah.
And that's where he said, "Nah, I still don't believe in ghosts." And we're just like, "What?"
He's seen it as many times as we did. It came out. His wife probably said like 22, 23 times she's seen it floating around the room. It was running around the room like playing. It was like playing like Duck Duck Goose with us.
Interesting.
And
So
then it was 2.
did you ask him what it was going to take for him to become a believer?
I was in disbelief, but he was coming back to try to like recreate it again with us, which I appreciated. The only thing was the date was different. That was the only major thing that I can't think of. That we all sat in the same spots and it just didn't happen.
Yep, I don't know. That's weird. I mean, you can go to the same location 10 times and get different reactions every time that you go.
Yep.
It may not always be the same, which is, it is the way it is. But I don't know. If I saw a lot of things flying around that wasn't flying around and stuff that I couldn't explain, I think I would be a little less of a skeptic and a little bit more of a believer, just because of that. Just because of that.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I was a believer before that, but now there's absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, because all five of us seen it at the same time. It wasn't like just one person go, "Hey, did you see that?" All 5 of us seen it, and it wanted to be seen.
Right. We also like debunk. So like if stuff happens, we try to debunk it or, like recreate it or whatever. So we do try to do that, but there's just some things that you just can't. Yeah, you just can't. So just can't. But I think that, that's a big thing too. Not, to remember that not everything is paranormal because sometimes it's not, but just figuring out what you can do to disprove it or not disprove it. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, you can't explain it, especially when you're in a lot of locations and the stuff that happens. Like what you guys just mentioned about being in the basement, like that would be a 10 out of 10. Like I don't even know how you would
Yeah.
even attempt to debunk that because nobody was moving. There was no bad, like, I mean, and you did try to debunk it. You just, there was no way. So,
Oh, it was a full apparition. It had shoulders, it had a head, it had a neck, it had arms. It was a full apparition, and it wanted to be seen.
that's so cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. I'm
It was
jealous.
Yeah. And that was Tiffany and I's first adventure together, I guess. So we try to recreate it. I'm hoping for it to happen again. It did spook us. It spooked us from the basement for a couple months.
Heck
And
yeah.
I like to tell the story of like I'm usually the brave guy, and this one spooked me. If you watch the video tonight, if you get you come on our page and go on, and it's a YouTube video. It's 56 minutes. Once you start it, you're gonna finish it. Though that's the thing. It's like you're waiting for it to happen. It happens, and it keeps coming out, and you keep seeing Tiffany's eyes. She's following it as it comes out again. You'll
That's so
see
cool.
Tiffany and I clearly, and then you'll see me start losing. I start not panicking, but I start losing my cool.
which is funny because I relaxed.
Yeah,
I,
she's like a little surveillance camera with her eyes.
yeah, I, I tell you, like, I'm not saying that I won't ever run out of a location. I don't try to because like I said, we try to debunk. So,
Yeah.
like, my first initial reaction is not to run. It's to be like, oh wait, what was that? Like, can you do that again? Can you come a little closer? Like, whatever. Um, but I lost my train of thought of where I was going with that. Oh, but when you do get spooked to where you do actually change the way you are, yeah, like that's a big deal. Yeah. Like when you're ready to run or you're like, no, I can't do this anymore, then yeah, that's some major energy for
For
sure.
sure.
Yep. Yep.
For sure, for sure. Yep, yep. Misty or Tanya, you got anything else you want to add? Um, yeah, so not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we're going to a depot out in Council Bluffs. So um, it was a major depot for well, I don't know. It's been a long day. I can't think of Rock Island. Yeah, Rock Island, I think is what it was. So it's had like a lot of passengers go through there. So it ought to be pretty interesting. It's not a very big location. Um, but we'll, see if maybe we can get some sort of something to come out of it because with all the people that's passed through there, um, hopefully, hopefully.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely. Yeah, be safe.
If I remember, I try to go live. That don't happen very often because I get so involved in what's going on that I just don't even think about like hitting the live button.
Right.
So, and then I come home and I have a whole bunch of videos that I got to try to figure out. Not good at it yet. I got to try and figure out how to like piece them together so I can actually put videos on YouTube. Um, do like the more little snippets and yeah. I don't have enough time in my week. I was saying my week or my month. I don't have a whole lot of time to doing all that. So
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good. It's been really good conversation. I appreciate it that she's
Yeah,
taking it.
it's been fun. I appreciate it. I don't even know what time it is. You all are probably, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we're a couple hours ahead of you. I think
or at
You're
least an
one.
hour ahead.
Yeah,
it's
you're 1 hour.
9:07.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're 1 hour ahead of me. So, yep. we'll let you go so you guys can finish out your night. But I will get that video posted so you guys can watch it. Thank you very much for having us on.
Absolutely. Thank you for the interest in being here with us. Appreciate it all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a
It's been
pleasure
fun.
talking to you. Yes.
Thank you. It's been a joy. Have a good night, guys.
All right. Have
You
a good one
too.
yourself.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You hit the finish button.